What's up, guys? Am back here again with another video, more or less like a bunch of clips, basically talking about in the year 2027, something's supposed to be happening. That's why the government's preparing us for contact with extraterrestrials. They're slowly leaking information and kind of getting us used to the idea of being around extraterrestrials. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. I know it's early for me. It's around 4:40 a.m. I had to get up early, but I wanted to make a couple videos for you guys, and that way, throughout the week, you'll have something to watch. Tomorrow should be the hearing. So if you're watching this video and I posted it later on in the week, then most likely the hearing was a day earlier than this video was originally posted. Reason I'm doing this is because my time is limited. So when I make videos and stuff like this, I try to have a schedule where I get up and I can make a couple videos throughout the week, so we have something to talk about, and you can have something to watch continually throughout the week without me having to miss a couple days. So that way I can stay on this rhythm and putting out more flow of videos and stuff to you guys. If you guys have any ideas or you have any videos you'd like me to react, once again, just leave a comment down below. I would greatly appreciate the support. If you feel like you are liking the content that I'm putting out, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you smash that like button and leave a comment. I greatly appreciate everything that you guys are doing, from the support to the views to even sharing the videos. It means a lot to me. And let's go in and watch this little video, 7 minutes long. It's just a bunch of clips. We'll stop in between if we need to, and we'll discuss at the end of the video and go from there.
Heads of power. It's also true that we've been it's also true that agreements have been made and kept secret from your people. It's also true that in the past, some of your people have lost their lives or have been badly hurt to protect this secret. Our hands had no part in this. We contacted your leaders because your planet is in grave trouble. Your leaders said the vast majority of your population wasn't ready for anything like us yet. So we made time agreements with your leaders as to when your people would be made aware of our presence.
The biggest takeaway for folks to understand is that things are happening on it's not a disclosure, it's a scheduled dissemination. And so certain things have to be set up before other things can be revealed.
Now, does the military know how to do this and all? Yes, they have known for a long time. Do the civilians know how? No. It's a time-released schedule. Is it now? Can I release it? Yes.
What was that device at the front called?
Because going back to disclosure is a process, and all the work that you've done since 2017, you and your team. Am I wrong to have sensed a little bit of urgency in this as well?
There is a sense of urgency because people said, well, why now? Well, because it's not on our time scale, not on our timeline. It's not up to us. They're here, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. They're here. The question is why? What's the purpose? We need to start asking ourselves some pretty direct questions about this topic. There is a sense of urgency because every day that we fail to acknowledge and recognize what's really going on, we stay in the veil of darkness. This is real. This is here. This is now. Our country has already acknowledged. I mean, I hate to say this, but disclosure's already happened. We now have the acknowledgement from former and current directors of national intelligence and CIA and presidents and I mean, everybody says, yeah, it's real. It's here.
That's
Right.
a scary thing.
Well, I think the dialogue we're having now in this country, even with the recent legislation that passed through the legislature and is on its way up to the president's desk, even with that, we're kind of preparing the U.S. population, at least, and by extension, the world population, into that reality that there is a presence here. And that we need to explain this presence, because if they show up and we continue to do what we did before previous decades, and they show up, there will be mass panic. But if you understand that these are real, and we have 5 years from 2022, or maybe now 4 years, if they come in 2027, for the U.S. government to prepare the people about what is up there. And in many ways, I think the word got out within the government that they're showing up in 2027, and we better be prepared. And if not, there's going to be a lot of explaining to do.
If our guys are going to, our representatives are going to actually start using the phrase non-human intelligence, they're not doing that, as you point out, uh, because it's a lark. They're doing it because they've heard something that makes them believe right now that there is non-human intelligence. The second part of this that disturbs me, though, is there seems to be a rush to now try to talk about it. So after years and years and years, decades and decades and decades, where this has all been kind of pushed aside and nobody dared speak the word alien or extraterrestrial, let alone non-human intelligence, now they're all starting to do it. And they're doing it fast. And they're talking about hearings that we'll be talking about in a moment that are coming up fast. And they're going to have some shocking things in them. And the only thing I can think of is there's got to be a reason why the powers that be in Washington, D.C. are starting to say we need to actually say the words out loud and we need to get language in right now to get this taken care of. And I'm concerned, Ross, that at the end of the day, uh, the only thing that would make a politician do that and act in that sort of enhanced way where they're in a hurry is that there's some bad news involved in it.
So, like, what these guys are basically saying is the government has slowly been leaking information or trying to push out more of a extraterrestrial thing for us to basically get used to, so that way when they do come, we're not sitting here and we're panicking or we're going crazy. We're so used to the idea by now that it's just basically, oh well, here they are. We knew that they were already here, but there they are now. We're used to the idea, and then that way, so nobody's like a mass hysteria or people going crazy and like freaking out and stuff like that. But there's another thing too, like the government recently, the Pentagon and the Air Force is doing everything they can to block the oversight committee to get their hands on information, videos, or eyewitness accounts from whistleblowers that are willing to testify. They're trying to block them from getting that information. So the real question is, if there really isn't UFOs, if there really isn't extraterrestrials, why would you sit there and block this information to get out if you know that there's no such thing? And the only thing we can think of is, well, they either have alien technology that they backward engineer to create these weaponized vehicles that they're using or testing, and they're not telling the public, or there is actual extraterrestrials and there's vehicles that the American public doesn't know about that the government has been using to backward engineer stuff, and they're not going to tell us because they feel like it's a national security risk. But at the end of the day, the government works for us. We paid these guys with our hard-earned money, their taxpayer dollars, and we have the right to, as Americans and as the human beings, to know what's taking place in our oceans and our skies. And the government shouldn't have their hand control on every single aspect of our lives, and they shouldn't be sitting there hiding stuff, because once we figure out that they've been lying, what else is there that they're lying about? It's going to be something bad, and it's going to blow over, and it's going to basically tarnish their already low reputation that the government has.
And I don't know exactly what it is. And I know that you don't know exactly what it is. People are talking. It's hard to sort out what the sources mean or don't mean. But, as I said, Chuck Schumer was and has been a cautious man in many cases. And I don't think he'd be talking like this and pushing this if he didn't think there was a fire behind his back pushing him to do so.
Look, I've got a pretty clear idea of what the government knows, and I
Yes,
can
you do.
understand why they're moving to expedite. Yes, there is a constraint of time. The government knows that it really does have to tell the truth to the public. after years of treating this subject with derision and ridicule.
But we are rapidly moving to a place where it's not about proving they're real, it's about understanding them and trying to analyze what it's going to mean for the future that we're all about to live in. And I have to say, candidly, in this last month, honestly, folks, I've had more than a few moments where I literally just have to sit down in my quiet house and start to contemplate what's really happening here and what does it mean to me? What does it mean to you? What about my family? I have children. What's their world going to look like? Is this world going to be a better one or a worse one? And frankly, is there anything that any of us can do to impact that? I just have so many questions swirling around. And I know a lot of you must be starting to feel the things that I'm feeling, where you ask yourself, what's happening? Is this real? If this is real, I can't even believe this. I feel like it's time for us to look to the future, even as we cover this story in the present.
But responsible decisions need to be made here. They need to be made, and but that's why I believe this C3, this UFO C3 organization that we're talking about putting together. You know, we're talking about it right now. It's the Institute for Preparing Our Human Family for Contact. You know, that's what this is. This is an actual preparation of our human family for contact with an extraterrestrial civilization.
So yeah, guys. So like, so yeah, that's pretty crazy that the 2027 they're trying to progressively get us integrated into the idea that aliens exist. For you guys that don't know who I am, my name is Am. Once again, I appreciate you guys watching this video. Feel free to subscribe, leave a like or a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this video. What do you think? What are your expectations? That hearing is tomorrow. I'm going to try to live stream it if it comes available. If not, I'll find the video and I'll break it down and we'll all react to it when I upload the video. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.